Thank God I make these shows for Sunday, otherwise I'd be seriously fucked right now. Hello world, my name is Xavier Drome, and this is another episode of a little show I like to call X98. This is a form of propaganda brought to you by the Beach City Bad Guy. And today, we have a lighter show than last week. We had the Blackstar album possibly coming out pretty soon. I'm predicting this year, but maybe not. We'll get into that later. We have Kanye coming out with a collaboration with the game. Finally coming out with the visual of that collaboration. We have Cesaro leaving WWE finally. And then we have big news. ROH being purchased by Tony Khan. Yeah. I was very shocked about it too, but there are many ways that this could go. So let's see if all of these stories could possibly distract us from the fact that we could possibly be going to World War III, even though Ukraine is pushing back Russia pretty badly. I don't know what Putin is thinking. But anyways, let's continue with the program. So, first off, we have the Blackstar album coming out. And this was at least discovered by a post from Talib Kweli's Instagram, where it is stated that he and Yasiin Bey, formerly Mos Def, recorded another Blackstar album in their hotel room. And I, being an old school hip hop fan and growing up listening to Blackstar in the car every time me and my parents would go, shopping, like, this excited me. Like, this tickled that nostalgia part of me that really likes when, old groups come together for one last hurrah. My concern, though, is with Yasiin Bey. Because, not with his, rapping skills. I'm sure he's gonna kill it on any track he's on. But my concern is mostly that, it's going to feature a lot of political ranting. That's kind of what he's been known for as of recent, either his political rants or his very artistic endeavors. I don't know what to call them because it's kind of a combo, poetry reading, performance art type of deal, but gun to my head, I couldn't point to what it actually is. It's not music, but this is promising to be music, so that's why it got me a little bit excited. I'm also not too keen on his friendship with Kanye West, because Kanye has been known to have bad politics. Kanye has been known to kind of just ruin tracks with his vomit ranting, but we can't discount it because of the vomit ranting. We can only just anticipate it. And hopefully it doesn't deter from the rest of the album, because Blackstar's last album, their only other album that they've ever had, was really good. I really liked it. It had a litany of different producers on there. A few beats from High Tech, a few beats from Kanye himself. I mean, it was a classic. I mean, one of my favorite songs was Brown Skin Lady, Respiration, all the versions, including the remix. Redefinition. Don't get me wrong, Definition was the big breakout single. That was the one that sold the album. But the song that came immediately after that, Redefinition, holy fucking shit. The beat was better, the flows got even bouncier, it was just orgasmic. So if we can get something like that, and maybe something even more clever than the Children's Story remix, because if you know what that's about, I won't spoil it, but it's pretty dope. Look it up. Children's Story remix by Mos Def and Talib Kweli. I like it. So, speaking of Kanye, we have to talk about his collaboration with the game for their new single, Eazy. The audio had already come out. Everybody had already given their reactions to the whole God saved me from a car crash just to beat Pete Davidson's ass. But I guess he decided to go and take it a step further and visualize kicking Pete Davidson's ass to the point where he dies, and then he has his fucking severed head in his arms and then plants seeds in his head. Dude, not fucking okay. At least when Drake was doing it, he was being subtle. At least when he was doing it, he was trying to be clever and creative with it. He wasn't actively saying, I'm going to kill Kanye, just like I don't think Kanye should be saying, I want to kill Pete. But I can't control what he's fucking saying. I can't control the rants that he goes on. I can just only anticipate the disappointment and the fucking cringe factor of it all. Because, oh my god, like the first half of the song with Game on it, and him with the fucking, the claymation Eazy-E, with the Eazy-E sample in the song, and I dug it. I was digging it. Like, Game, like, he has a limited range, but with that limited range, he can make some catchy shit. Like, I'm not knocking Game at all. I'm knocking the fact that he decided to not only collaborate with Kanye, but let Kanye into the booth and let him rap a few bars. Ruin the fucking song. Ooh, heartbreaking. Because you had something really good there. But just like last week, how he fucked up his own album release. By the way, where is that album? Just like he fucked up his album release, he's fucking up other people's songs too. And I don't know when I'll get around to his documentary, because as a music fan, I'm curious to see, how he made all the other albums before he went crazy. I consider him going crazy the Yeezus era. As soon as he released Yeezus, that was it for him. He was done making classics. Now it was just whatever Kanye felt like. That's my opinion. Leave your opinion in the comments, but Kanye fell off after Yeezus. After that, it was just the Kanye melodrama show, and I'm not here for it anymore. Unless he, comes out with something really spontaneously fucking amazing, I'm not here for it. I'm not fucking here for it. What I am here for is Cesaro leaving WWE and possibly going to AEW. And the reason why this has me excited is because, he was one of those dipshits that extended his contract with WWE. I'm sure he had a financial reason for it. But honestly, if he was going to stay for 3 more years, I would not have felt sorry for him. He would have deserved the fucking burial that he was getting in WWE. Because, come on, they fucked you over once before. What makes you think they're not gonna do it again? That's why Cody never came back. Because, he doesn't like what's going on in the AEW, but he knows better than to fucking look at WWE and say, you know what? They're gonna treat me better. They're gonna treat me like a human being. They're gonna treat me with respect. And I was this close to writing off Cesaro, and then the announcement comes out that he's released, and now he can possibly have classic matches with all these ROH alumni, maybe the Young Bucks. He could find a tag partner in let's say Daniel Bryan Danielson. He could team up with Punk. He could team up with no. Eddie Kingston doesn't like him. Eddie Kingston does not like him. He could have matches with Daniel Garcia. He could have matches with Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, MJF. There's a litany of possibilities that he could have like classic matches with, and that's not discounting Impact's and their roster and how they're treating their talent, because they're doing a lot better than what Impact has had a reputation of doing. And kudos to them, and that's why AEW decided to have a partnership with them. But to be honest, I don't see what other matches are there for him in Impact. I don't see what matches are there for him in New Japan, other than the obvious Okada, Tanahashi, Naito, maybe Tama Tonga, but again, he's not a singles wrestler. Jay Wyatt maybe, but again, he's on Impact too, so you can join up on Impact there. We're gonna cap this off with something lighthearted. Again, trying to block out the fact that Russia invaded Ukraine and is getting their asses mollywopped. And I don't really need to fucking think about that right now. I don't really need to think about whatever possibility might happen. The world might be ending. Oh my god, oh my god. Anyways, ROH is being purchased by Tony Khan. Yeah! ROH is gone. At least the ROH that you know and love. And it will now be replaced by whatever Tony Khan decides to put in its place, whether that's a spiritual successor to NXT, the black and gold NXT, not this fucking rainbow skittle bag bullshit. It could be another promotion entirely. It could just be like its own thing. It could just be like Impact. It could just be like New Japan, like it was before. But we never know. I think most likely it is going to be its feeder system. It is going to be its NXT. And, you know, if Cody Rhodes decides to come back and not to AEW but to ROH, that would be a strong yes for me. Because, I don't know, like, I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I don't hate, like, how he's carried himself. I don't hate that. I hate the fact that he didn't turn heel, but that's just my personal opinion. I still think Cody Rhodes is a good wrestler. I still think he can tell a good story. I still think he could put people over. I'm sure he can put people over in ROH, especially if we're getting the likes of Swerve Scott at the Supercard of Honor. And, you know, he could... There's all these rumors saying that he's going to go to AEW, and there's, like, confirmation, damn near confirmation, that he's going to AEW. But what if he starts out in the feeder system? What if he starts out and goes for the ROH championship and decides to, like, you know, take that championship and go to, like, Dynamite and, like, become a double champion? Maybe even take the TNT title and make himself a triple champion. Be a belt collector in his own promotion. That's just one possibility, and that's just with one wrestler. Like, you could have CM Punk returning to ROH, Bryan Danielson returning to ROH, fucking Claudio Castagnoli or returning to ROH. However you want to frame that. But there's so many things that could happen, and the litany of wrestling fans that are out there saying that this is just going to be another fucking burial, like how WWE buried WCW. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening with Tony Khan. I don't see that happening with the wrestling minds that he has around him. Granted, as an AEW fan, I am fully aware that the existence of AEW is a giant middle finger to ROH. I am fully aware of that. I make no qualms about that. I am completely and 100% okay with the fact that AEW was created out of sabotage towards ROH. Only because we have this new wrestling world that we are living in now, where there is two pillars in the big wrestling world, and that all these companies are wanting to work with each other now instead of fight with each other, and creating the wrestling community instead of the WWE universe or the AEW universe. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want a wrestling universe. Like, I want a wrestling world. And if this does not go the route of WWE purchasing ECW and WCW, then I'll be fine with it. I'll be fine with however this turns out. And hey, at least I'm being honest. Oh, hold on. A few announcements before we go. We have a few more episodes of WWF No Mercy to go through, specifically 2 more episodes. So we have 2 more Mondays before I start changing our Monday show to be Chrono Trigger. Because I have been wanting to play that game for a long ass time. I go into detail as to why on this video right here. You can click above me, or I'll leave a link in the description. But essentially, yeah, I'm going to be streaming pretty soon. But no, I'm going to be releasing videos on Chrono Trigger on Mondays instead of WWF No Mercy. I will still be posting wrestling videos, but it'll be of different different games. I'm thinking of just calling it Wrestling Wednesday. Like, one week we'll have No Mercy again. Another week we'll have SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Another week we'll have WCW versus NWO Revenge. Another week we'll have Fire Pro Wrestling for the Super Nintendo. And maybe we'll have Saturday Night Slam Masters. There's a litany of retro wrestling games that we could go through and cycle. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to get Wrestling Wednesday rolling. We'll still continue with Mega Man Saturday. X98 will still be on Sundays. And then, like I said, Chrono Trigger will be on Mondays. So yeah, 2 more wrestling videos and then Chrono Trigger for the rest of the Mondays. I believe that's all the announcements that I really need to have for this channel. Let me know what stories I need to talk about on my next episode. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Just click the Linktree. Everything will be there. And hey, at least I'm being honest.